I don't know what other people have done with their city packs, but I just know that everything we done, there was a meaning behind it. And if you're from a similar walk of life of us, there'll be a certain amount of appreciation for it, because it's something that doesn't just represent me and Yinka, it's just anyone from a council estate in inner city London. I got a phone call from Pro Direct who said that they wanted to do this collab, and I was confused. I was like, on the basis of what? Like, why would you want to do this? And they said, well, we've seen a lot of the Vibber stuff, we like the artistic direction of it. So I was like, cool, but if you want my involvement in that, I've got to be honest with you, like, Vibber's not just solely me. There's somebody who doesn't take full responsibility of it, otherwise it would look a little bit more icier, but they do take some responsibility for it, and they have added to the gloss of what we do. And they were like, who's that? I said, Yinka. And they said, all right, cool, bring her involved. And I was like, sick. Like, is that easy? That's lit. When I linked up with Yinka, some of the things that I can share about colours, tones, and just experiences is not too dissimilar to her. It's almost like we have our own individual experiences here, but the struggle, you can kind of relate to it. If you're from another estate, you have a similar struggle. So when it comes together to make a collaborative product, you're never going to be too far off of what you lot each other think. Man, put in a post. Yinka created a story and a narrative behind it. And then once the story and narrative was created, everything just sort of flowed off the back of then, and then it was just kind of easier. But without any of that, cuz man, I was just looking at this trainer thinking, how are we getting there?
Then you look at the whiteboard like, as if to say words are going to appear.
Whoa.
Ring after celly, ring after celly.
I knew this is the place where I feel she excels and she grows the most. And it was like, if there's an opportunity for me to bring one of my friends who's definitely more skilled and more, I mean, I have ideas, I consider myself a creative person, but I just think in this area particularly, I just think Yinka's incredible. And it was kind of nice that we both have got the opportunity to do something like this. So yeah, I'm thankful for my friends, but I can't lie.
She let me on her, don't spend a penny on her. Thought she could get me from my mistress, I'm pissed and just pouring the Henny.
The thing about me and Yinka is that Yinka's from Hackney, fam. I'm from Tottenham. These areas were in beef when we were growing up. So like, it's like, this is mad. Like, so us coming from these type of ends, we definitely have got a similar upbringing to a certain extent.
I'm breaking my habits, my passion, imagine dragons, imagining her radioactive, my patterns are spitting is ridiculous.
I think some of the main inspirations from the City Pack would have definitely have been like upbringing and just like the cultural differences that me and myself and Yinka will have in opposed to the rest of the world. So it was about putting that into the pack so you can see it clearly, like a state life. And the irony behind one of the boots having no ball games allowed in it, I think is so lit, because it's like, how can you play football in an estate everywhere you're not meant to? Like, everywhere we were playing football said no ball games allowed. So to have that on the boot, I think that is slightly iconic.
Make myself a CD, just be me, then hand it to some friends.
With the black boot that we had, little things, because that was the boot that we sort of depicted as nighttime. Even on the outside of it, everything looks like flats, like from an angle. And if you take a picture of it, it has that sort of effect, that nighttime effect when you take a picture on something and it just looks mad glossy and shit. I'm bare happy, I can't lie. A lot of people say, oh, I had a tough upbringing. Our estate was kind of cool. It was almost like an escapism from everyone else in the hood, so, but we still had our own problems that made it quite difficult. So it was like a bittersweet situation where when it was cool, it was so cool. Everyone enjoyed it, all different energies to come down. But when it was bad, it was real rumble, fam. Like, every estate would be here. There was just mad issues. You would just get, just by default, you would have a problem with someone because someone else had a problem with your friend. It was horrible, cuz I had to move out quickly. Outside was very, very important. It taught you a lot as well. You had to grow up mad fast in Ferry Lane. I think the challenges you faced at the time playing football is pretty much all the challenges you face when you live in an estate. Like, you could leave your stuff on the side, come back and it's not there. Confrontation, how to deal with confrontation, realizing that not every single battle has to be won. Discipline in the sense of when we had our coaches would say, get here at 7 o'clock. If we came there at 7:10, he would literally be like, I don't want to talk to you. So, and through that was trust, because you would tell your coaches you would be there at a particular time, and then they found that you were dishonest, so they didn't trust you, fam. You couldn't go back to football, so your love for football allowed you to learn so much different qualities that are very essential to you in life. So, yeah, man, shout out football, innit? Everyone's past influences them to get to any point. Without the past, you will never know who the hell you are today. So all I've done is use everything I've learned in the past to create a journey which I personally feel will take me to the place that I'll be happy one day. So the ability for me to do this film and go back to my old estate and share my old experiences with you is a good way of letting you know how much and why I love football. And most importantly, hopefully inspiring somebody else to believe that they can do something similar. Like, I'm not saying what I've done is fantastic or great, but I'm happy, and that's the only thing I want to sort of inspire people to be, is like fulfill their true happiness rather than like just living life by society's terms. Alright my people, I hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't, all I can do is apologise, but it's nothing to do with me. Either way, please like, share and subscribe, and that way you give yourself the opportunity of winning all 3 trainers. Mwah!